Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Homonyms. Do you know what is homonyms? So let's find out. What is homonyms? Homonyms are two or more words with the same spelling or pronunciation, but with different meanings. These words can sometimes be confusing, especially for children learning to spell them. So here are some examples of homonyms. Can, can. Can you throw these cans in the trash? He say he can draw these pictures. Wreck and wreck. You have to teach him that getting wrecked is not a good thing. Where does this bad wreck come from? Next, soul and soul. You can learn a lot about the relationship between spirit or soul from this book. This is not a soul, a meal you can eat. Root and root. We created our route and set off tomorrow. We started to investigate the root of this language. Next, cent, cent, and cent. Can you give us 50 cents? I sent you all messages yesterday. Can you fill the cent in this room? Next, seal and seal. Seals always renew themselves. There is decrease in the sale of our store in this month. Next, flat and flat. Flat number 5 sounded very loud last night. We cleaned all the flat of the house. Lie and lie. He was telling his child that it was not a good thing to lie. This bottle has lie. Next, pray and pray. I will pray for you to win the exam. The prayer given in this book are told. Need and need. I need you very much nowadays. I have to knead the dough to make these little donuts. Next, foul and foul. I guess this foul smell comes from the garbage. We made a nice shelter for foul. Die and die. I had a little bluebird but died last summer. I think these die are all dry. Next, ate and eat. I ate the pasta you made for me. The boy playing ball outside was 8 years old. Aloud and aloud. I'm a loud workplace today. The children spoke aloud at school. Next, add and add. Let's add this information to the end of the book. All of the sites I opened had ads. Ant and ant. I know ants are hardworking animals. My aunt will be visiting us next week. Next, bull and ball. I loved playing bull when I was little. Ball is not a pleasant act. Band and band. This band is new but very good. There is a band cave above and I'm very curious about it. Next, berry and berry. The taste of this berry is quite delicious. We should bury this juice in the backyard. Birth and birth. I never thought this birth would be so comfortable. I thought the birth was tomorrow. It was today. Bored and bored. This table is quite bored. Jane is very bored to play this game. Border and border. We couldn't find a border area here. Your illness is at the border. Next, break, break. Who break this glass? I couldn't break while in the car. Cash and cash. I quote my grandpa's scotch. Withdraw all the cash in the bank and bring it to me. Next. Chance, chance. I wish you good chance in your exam. Today will lessen the chance. Chile and Chile. This summer we will go to Chile on vacation. Did you put chili pepper in the dish? Next. Sight and sight. Almost all the sights in our company are historical. They are not all within sight. Climb and climb. I do not have the courage to climb the highest mountain in the world. Climb has changed a lot now. Next, fox and fox. The fox we heard were pretty scary. In order to be accepted into this business, we need to send a fox to the company. Finish and finish. Our neighbors who have just moved to the apartment are finished. I finish the morning swimming rest first. Next, guilt and guilt. I saw a guilt vase in the exhibition. This is a guilt you have done. Grace and Grace. We will go to Grace this winter break. Her clothes were contaminated with Grace. Next, Hill and Hill. How come here today? The Jesus I prepared for you held you higher and higher. This house is higher than the other. We are going to hire a car tomorrow. Next, nose and nose. It's all what you already know. I had a nose surgery last winter. Lick and lick. Water is leaking from the roof of our house. We must have it repaired as soon as possible. My mom makes leek food very well. Next, Mary and Mary. Merry Christmas to you all. Since we will get married this summer, we will buy a new house. Minor and minor. My girlfriend's father is a minor. Our profession is called the minor sector. Next, muscle and muscle. My muscles hurt a lot today because I did a very tiring sport yesterday morning. My favorite drew is muscles and beer. Pain and pain. I feel very painful as I hit my head against the wall. My little brother broke the pane, so my mother was very angry with him. Next, profit and profit. This year our company made a 20% profit. This book contains information about the profits. Rain and rain. Today it is rain, so you should take your umbrella with you. This fairy tale talks about the decline of a very strong rain over the years. Next, rough and rough. Did they tell you how rough a man was before? This is a rough, seen or past part of see, and seen. I seen you at school this morning. You look so seen on the stage. Next, geese and seas. Those seas always smell so good. Turtles cannot seize rabbits. So and so, when will you sow these trees in the ground? My brother's toy was broken, so he cried all the day. Next, sour and sour. These apples are very sour and raw. When I went to the doctor, I said that my complaint was sore throat. Solace and solace. My only solace was that he loved me. You were not such a soulless person. Next, steal and steal. Thieves often steal valuable items. All of our pots that we use in the kitchen are steel. Time and time. This model smell very nice time. Time is running fast like water. Vary and vary. Varied data are available on this subject. He loves my cat and he loves me very much. Wore or past of wear. War. I wore your dress that day. There is a war in the content of this computer game. Please do not play it to your children. Next. Well and well. Will you go to a picnic tomorrow? We stayed on the road for us because the wheel of the car exploded. Your. Where's your You eat this chicken. Next. Week and week. I feel very weak today. There are 4 weeks in a month. Sun and sun. The sun looks very bright today. When will your sun come? Next. See and see. It is nice to see you. Getting some air will be good for all of us. Miss and mate, I'm very glad to meet you. I recommend you to eat this meat dish. Next, port and food. Do you say that word away? I hope this food between us ends immediately. Groan and groan. Since the child was very sick, he groaned until morning. This place has grown up. Holy and whole. This is a holy place for us. All the ingredients have been here for 2 weeks, hour and hour. I waited for you in the cold weather for an hour. Our family is so much fun. I know you very well. You have a big and colorful eye. No, no. I know how hard it is for you to go to school. No, I don't let you go with him. Next. So that's all. I hope you have learned a lot. Thank you very much for listening. Bye bye. Thank you.